Greetings, my fellow gamers. It is I, Wraith King, and welcome back to Seven Nights. Today, we're going to take a look at the brand new hero, another great new hero that has been added to the game on the 7 Nights anniversary. I was going to review this yesterday, but I felt like it would be a little bit better to split them up since they're still two very different games. Anyway, let's take a look at the new guy.
Deliver good news. I bring the good news.
Wait a minute, it looks like there's a new mechanic here. Oh wait, never mind, that's not what I thought it was. But just to be sure that this is not what I think it is, I would flip if this is what I think it is. Oh, okay, it's not. Man, that would have been really cool. What I was thinking is, what if they had missions for every hero? What if they had like some special quests you did for them and it like increased their favor or maybe their affection or something like that, increased their stats, and maybe they might unlock like a frame or something like that, something exclusive to their hero. That would be a really, really cool addition to the game. Devs, definitely think about that. That's a really cool idea. But anyway, let's take a look at his passive. Fabricated information grants a fabricated information buff to the caster. Decreases counter rate of offensive type enemies by 60%. If there are more than 3 magic type allies on the team, becomes agile. Fabricated information revives once with 100% HP. If the damage received is higher than his current HP, he survives with 1 HP. And decreases all enemies buffed rotation by 1 turn. Decreases all enemies hit shield buffs by 2 hits. I mean, that's actually pretty decent right there, but the part of his passive that really is needed is his agile part of his passive. Without that, he's pretty much going to die very, very quickly, even though he does have a pretty decent defense against his death by being able to survive lethal damage and reviving with 100% HP. Be that as it may, he'll still die very quickly. That's if you don't have a magic-based team. But let's say you do have a magic-based team. How powerful will he be on your team? You see, he doesn't really apply any buffs to you. Everything seems to be really just helping himself here. But let's see what his active abilities do, because his passive really is suggesting that he is an aggressive hero. His first active ability is called Chapter of Knowledge, inflicts 90% magic damage on 4 enemies 3 times, piercing and critical hit will occur. Decreases any hit shield buffs by 3 hits. So, in all, very aggressive ability. But what about his second active ability? Chapter of Pursuit. Inflicts 120% magic damage on all enemies 2 times, critical hit will take effect, has a high chance to burn the target, charges allies' awakening gauge significantly faster. But what exactly does that mean? Does that mean it just helps it charge faster, or it charges it a little bit? It doesn't say it increases it by like 40% or 50% or anything like that. It just says charges allies' awakening gauge significantly faster, so my guess is it probably just helps it charge a little quicker. So this could be useful for a team with a Sylvester, if I am correct. Chapter of Information. His awakening skill inflicts 100% magic damage on all enemies 3 times, critical hit will take effect, silences the enemy for 2 turns at a certain rate, priority effect, decreases the enemy's buffed rotation by 3 turns. What priority effect means is that means it will do this first before it does anything else. Before it does damage, before it does the silence, it will do that first. So, he's definitely an aggressive hero. Very much so. But, I mean, he doesn't do all that much damage, but he definitely seems to be a pretty good addition to any magic team. So if you do get him, he will be an excellent addition to your magic meta team. Now let's say you don't really use any magic builds or anything like that. Don't really invest into this guy if you do find him, because you have to build a magic team to actually make him very useful. I mean, the awakening gauge thing is pretty interesting, but for the most part, he's probably best suited in a magic-based team because he does get the agile buff for having 3 or more magic allies on your team. So saying that it's probably best just to keep him on any magic team and completely exclude him from any of your offensive teams. So yeah, pretty powerful hero for magic teams, and I can imagine him seeing a lot of play in every magic team. You might see him pretty much in every magic team if people actually have him. He's gonna be there. So he is a pretty powerful hero. Alright, let's take a look at those animations. No, I cheated with him. I did. You know, but I can't really blame myself. The trailer just popped up on my Facebook wall. It was just there, and then I just saw his animations. So that's not my fault. That's not my fault. It just popped up. I had to watch it. Okay.
Remember! This!
Awesome.
Knowledge and information are another form of power and authority.
This guy reminds me a lot of Noho. He
You
does.
came to the wrong person. That person is already dead. The walls have ears. Though that's not always the truth.
Wow, that was scripted very well. As for his unique perk, it doesn't do much, but we'll still take a look at it. What his unique perk does is fabricated information at level 40 decreases required awakening gauge. Awakening skill can be used more frequently. Cool. At level 42, critical damage is increased by 30%. At stage 3. At level 44, fabricated information for 1 hit. The damage received will not exceed 20% of his max HP. This doesn't add a whole bunch to his character, other than the fact that it does allow him to ignore lethal damage again, which is actually pretty powerful. But I'm pretty sure not a lot of people will actually have him right now. Regardless of that, I can still see him in a lot of mage teams and be a very valid threat. Especially with this Sylvester meta thing going on. I can imagine him being very useful for teams like that because he increases how fast Awakening Gauge actually charges. And as we all know, Sylvester's Awakening Gauge moves just about as fast as my EXP meter. So any help with the charging of his Awakening Gauge is very welcome in my opinion. Overall, good hero, but mainly meant for mage teams. I was actually going to tell you guys one last thing before I go, and that is about the Mythic Awakening Shards on the Korean version. Apparently a lot of people got them, but I didn't. I don't know if it was just meant for returning players or what, because I did get it on my other account, but just not my main one, so I cannot Mythic Awaken Chris the way I really want to. Maybe it's a bug, maybe it is something that just is meant for returning players. I don't know. I'll check again when I log back on today. Oh, and one more thing before I go. Dragon Blaze. I was going to play that, but there's just not a lot of game there. It's something that, it's something you would probably be better off experiencing for yourself. I don't know if it's video worthy. I don't know. I just don't really feel like that's a really great game to make a video about. I'm pretty sure there are YouTubers that do make videos about it. I don't know. It doesn't seem all that video worthy to me. I like playing games that have, like, things that really pop out at me. And Dragon Blaze, maybe it's just not all that fun to me. Maybe that's it. Because I'm kind of off and on that game. They have me hooked sometimes and they lose me again. Then I come back and they lose me again. Maybe it's just me. But anyways, that is all the time I have left for this video, my fellow gamers. I will be uploading plenty of other videos. Right now, I'm kind of in a rehearsal. I'm trying to be in a play. So a lot of these videos might be spread out a little bit more just for a little while. Then I'll be uploading a lot more again in probably about a month or so. I'm gonna try to upload a bunch of stuff regardless, so because I just want to. I want to upload more Warframe. There's a new Warframe coming out soon, and I want to review that. I think I'm ready to review Warframes now. Yeah, I've been into the game for quite some time, and I think I know a thing or two about it. So I think I can review some of the Warframes. But until then, take it easy for me, my fellow gamers, and please do have a blessed day. Bye.